Hello there, everyone. I'm not sure if anyone's on yet, but it's really great to be able to share lots of info about your skin and how to look after it. So, if you do want to, you can make a comment just in the Facebook group. Um, but if you want me to know who you are, because I'm streaming through StreamYard, you just have to give them permission to share your name. But you're welcome to put a comment in anyway, and I can have a look at those and hopefully answer any of them if I see them pop up. So I know sometimes it's a bit complicated or seems a bit complicated with all the skincare. There's so many products out there, and you're not really sure. Oh, hi, Elaine. Not really sure what products to use and if you're using the right ones. So that's why I put this little masterclass together, as I know we all want to look after our skin, and we don't all have the money to go and have a facial at a at a salon. And even if you did, then you still need to look after it in between. So I put it together so that you can learn, just get a little bit more knowledge about your skin and work out what your different skin types are and be able to use the right products. So today is all about the skin structure and skin types. But I've put together 4 modules. So the other ones next week, hopefully, will be on again next week. It's skin conditions and choosing the right products for your skin type, because there's a difference between your skin type and skin conditions, and we'll go into that a bit more next week. And also skin routine, so working out the best, the basics and the extras we can add in. And then the last one is all about knowing your products and creating a routine that's perfect for different skin types and skin conditions. So I hope that's going to help you. So today is all about the skin. So you probably know that there are 3 layers to your skin. I've actually got a little slide here I'm going to pop up so that you can see it. So the skin has 3 main layers. So the epidermis is the very top layer of your skin. So that's the one that keeps the moisture in, and it regulates any water loss and your hydration. Then the next layer is the dermis, and that's a layer that has all the elastin, the collagen, it has the sebaceous glands, the hair follicles, and it has the circulatory system. So that's the main layer that keeps your top layer looking great. And then you've got your hypodermis. So that's the very bottom layer of your skin, and that supports the rest of your the other layers, and it keeps your skin nice and smooth and gives you the contours. So when you're talking about your skincare, your cleansers, toners, masks, exfoliators, they all work on the top layer. And the serums and those lighter products that target the cells more, they go into the dermis. So that's the main difference. You'll find the serums are much lighter, and they're like that so that the molecules can get further down into the skin and work on the skin cells. So that's a little bit about your skin. So I just mentioned about collagen and elastin. We're always hearing about collagen, and there's lots of products that help with you boost the collagen or add collagen, and we have one coming out, but that's a little, keep that for next week. So what the collagen does, it's responsible for the skin's firmness and its resilience. And as I said, it's found in the dermis layer. And as we age, the cellular proteins that are found in the dermis layer, they change shape. So that means that the cells lose their firmness and they don't bounce back like they used to. They're not, and that's how wrinkles form. So by using products that help to increase the production of your collagen, or to help stop it decreasing and not doing its job as well, that's why you need, you need products to help with the collagen. Then your elastin allows the tissues in the body to return back to shape. So if we do the little pinch test, you pinch your hand up, and you see how quick or slow it bounces back. That's the elastin that's doing that. So it holds the body in shape after it's been stretched. And same again, as you get older, the elastin diminishes and it's not as bouncy as it used to be. So that's why you get like thinner skin, and your arms are not quite as firm as they used to be when you were 20, and skin doesn't bounce back on your face and on your hands. So that's the elastin. So I like to think of it, that layer, a bit like your sofa. So the cushion on the top, that's your collagen, and you want to keep it nice and plump. And then the elastin is the webbing underneath. So that holds the cushion firm so it doesn't get all saggy. And as we age, they just don't work as well as they used to. Then your other part of your skin are the pores. So they're the little tiny holes in your skin, and they have these sebaceous glands. And these glands produce the oil that keep your skin lubricated. So, but the other thing about them is they can become clogged. And there might be too much oil. So often with teenagers or someone with oily skin, there's a little bit too much oil and it can become clogged if you're not using exfoliator to release all that dead skin, that extra oil. That's what starts forming a pimple. But and you also get dirt and grime in your skin. So it's important to keep your skin really nice and clean. But also using exfoliator once or twice a week. That's going to remove that dead skin that makes a little cap on top of the pore, and it stops bacteria growing in underneath and causing pimples. So there's also another part of your skin that you might have heard about, and that's the acid mantle. So it's the invisible shield on the very top of your skin. And it consists of lipids and compounds and microorganisms. And the whole idea of the acid mantle is it just keeps your skin protected from the elements. And the acid mantle is at a particular pH level, and that's between 4.5 and 5.5. You don't really need to know that, but it just helps to protect your skin from infections. So what happened, and why is it important to know a little bit about the pH balance of your skin? Your skin is slightly acid and water is alkaline. So that's why just using water doesn't really clean your skin. So if you just splash it on, it's going to actually turn your skin alkaline. So what you need to do is, and what that does, just those minor changes aren't that harmful, but over time, it can actually cause the protective layer of that acid mantle to be stripped away. So, and it can cause premature aging, and that's the last thing we want. So that's why we use a toner. What the toner does, it restores the pH balance back to the level it needs to be, so that when you use the rest of your products, they're actually working at their optimum, they're doing their job, and you're restoring that acid mantle so that it's going to protect your skin. So if you're, so there's different reactions of your skin. So external reactions will be things like the sun, the wind, pollution, air conditioning, not using the correct products, or not doing your skincare regularly. That can all affect your skin. And then there's internal stresses on your skin as well, and that's stress, smoking, poor diet, medication, lack of sleep, hormones, and alcohol. So all those things can affect your skin and how it looks and how it ages. And to keep it glowing, we need to think about all those things. So eating a healthy diet, drinking plenty of water, trying not to smoke and drink. Well, I'm not going to say at all, because that's not fair. It's a bit hard for some people. And an occasional drink is fine, but lots of alcohol can dehydrate your skin. So, and keeping your skin nice and clean and following a really nice, really good hygiene, skincare routine. So that's a bit about your skin. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is the different skin types. So we are born with our skin type. It's genetic. And over time, it may change a little bit and sometimes through the weather, but generally, once you've got your skin type, that's what you are. And there's 4 main skin types. There's oily, dry, normal, and combination. And combination can be combination normal to oily or normal to dry. So I thought I'd just explain a little bit about them, so how so that you can work out what your skin type is, or if you're helping someone else with their skincare, you'll have a bit more of an idea of how to help them. So the important thing about it is you need to know the skin type so that you can use the right products. There's nothing worse than having really oily skin and using a product that's meant for dry skin, because it's going to have more oil and more, in it to hide, to build the oil back up on a dry skin. So if you put that onto oily skin, it's just going to feel icky and slimy. Same with dry skin. If you use a product for oily skin, it's not going to have enough nourishment in it to help repair the skin and not be so dry. So that's why it's important to know the different skin types. Now I've got another little slide I want to show you. So here we go. And this just gives you a little bit of an idea of how to tell the different skin types. So normal skin it'll be clear, you'll have a smooth texture and very little shine. The pores are going to be normal size. The skin is not oily and it's not dry. You might have the occasional breakout, and there may be a little bit of oil on the T-zone, but generally it's just nice, comfortable feeling skin. Then you've got your dry skin. So dry skin is a lack of oil. So the sebaceous glands aren't producing enough oil. It's not a lack of water. And that can be, anyone can have dry skin. Anyone can have dehydrated skin, but dry skin means there's not enough natural oils in your skin. So it's going to often feel really tight and uncomfortable. The pores are nearly invisible because the skin is so fine and can look a bit dry. And it often you'll find someone with very dry skin will have little flaky bits on it and their makeup doesn't sit very well. And also they can tend to be a little bit sensitive, so their skin is irritated more quickly than anyone else. So that's someone with dry skin. And we'll talk about dehydrated skin in our next module, because they are different. So anyone can have dehydrated skin, but dry skin is a skin type. Dehydration is a condition. Then you've got oily skin. So someone with oily skin, the only good thing about it is you tend not to get lines and wrinkles as quickly because there's lots of oil keeping the skin nice and supple. But it'll tend to have an overall shine all over the face. The pores will be the skin and the pores will be enlarged and you'll be able to notice them. The skin can be a bit coarse, a little bit like orange peel sometimes, and a thicker texture. And they're often prone to blemishes, blackheads, and breakouts, only because the skin is making more, the glands are making more oil than you really need. And then you've got combination skin. So combination skin, as I said, can be combination oily or dry. And often you'll find if you're a combination dry skin, your skin is sort of normal everywhere else, but your cheeks tend to be quite dry. Whereas oily, you tend to have, skin will be a little bit shiny. You'll have that T-zone will be a bit oily. Sometimes you'll get blemishes. Your makeup might not always sit nicely on your skin. So it's a little bit more, bit of both. So sometimes it depends on the weather. The skin might be really quite oily in summer, but during winter, it might calm down a little bit. So that gives you a bit of an idea of the different skin types and how to decipher which one is which. And as I said, there's a little chart in module 1 that you're able to print out that has all that written down, so that will help you with that. So the other thing I want to talk about is how your skin ages. So as you age, as you go through the ages, your skin changes. So even though your skin type won't change, things happen to your skin that alter how it looks and feels. So in your 20s, that's when your skin is at its best. The skin cells are going to regenerate just as they should. But it's what you do now with your skincare that's going to affect you later. So if you look after it starting in your 20s and not wait till it's already starting to wrinkle and crinkle, you're going to have much better looking skin as when you're older. Week sure can help to repair it a little bit, but it's good if you can get in early and start working on it to help slow down that degeneration of the skin cells earlier. So usually in your 20s, the collagen, the elastin will actually start to decrease. And using serums and peptides to improve that now is going to keep your skin looking better longer. Now in your 30s, this is where lots of changes happen. And even if you're looking after your skin, you're probably going to see those little fine lines and wrinkles starting to appear. The skin will start to get thinner, especially around your eyes and your mouth. And the cell regeneration is not as quick as it was, and your complexion can sometimes start to look a little bit duller. Now in your 40s, the fine lines are going to get a little bit deeper and your skin loses more elasticity. And I said, when your skin isn't plump, that's what happens. The muscles tense up and the skin doesn't bounce back like it used to. So that's why you start to get those little fine lines and wrinkles. And because around your eyes is very fine skin with very little natural oils, it's going to show the signs of aging. Generally, you see it first there. So pigmentation will start to appear. You might start getting some redness and rosacea. And the skin might start to look a little bit saggy. It doesn't hold moisture like it used to. And now more than ever is when you need to start using serums and hydrating ingredients to keep it nice and plump and healthy and glowing. Now in your 50s and over, you're going to notice the skin is getting much thinner. The collagen, the elastin just doesn't work like it used to. Your skin might not be as firm as it used to be. It could start to be a little bit saggy. Your skin type doesn't change, but your skin might get a little bit drier because the cells aren't holding the moisture like they used to. But a good skincare routine with hydrating ingredients and using the right moisturizers and exfoliators and serums and that is really going to help to protect your skin and keep it looking amazing. Oh, good. Someone was having trouble getting on. I can only see Elaine because she's the only. If you don't click the StreamYard, say StreamYard can say your name. I don't know who else is on there, so I'll have a look later and see if I can figure it out. But it's never too late to look after your skin. I'll tell you now, I didn't join Nutrimetics till I was 40. And with 4 children and only one income, except for I did cleaning houses and I did things from home, like just making that, but really only one main income. There really wasn't a lot of money spare for me to spend on skincare. And at that time, I didn't know that I could join Nutrimetics and buy my products cheaper. It wasn't until I joined 20 years ago that I found out that. So I would go to the supermarket or to a chemist and I'd look at some products and go, oh my gosh, I should get something to look after my skin. I'd pick something that I thought was right and it was either my skin tends to be oily, so if I picked the wrong thing, it'd feel greasier, or else it would irritate my skin, some things like that, so I would just throw it in the back of the cupboard and that would be that. So I only used to use water. But when I joined Nutrimetics, I started to look after my skin a little better, and I think it's looking better than it would have if I had never started using skincare. So it's never too late to stop, slow down the changes in the skin as it ages, and to help repair some of the damage. You can't get it back to how it looked at 20. That's just not going to happen unless you have Botox and all that sort of thing. And then that's just not me. I still want to look like, I want my skin to look like I don't move. Nothing worse than talking to someone and their face doesn't shift because they've had all those things done. I just wanted to age naturally, but help it along a little bit so that it doesn't wrinkle and crinkle up quite so quickly. So that's about it for today. I probably could have added on to the next one, but I didn't want to overwhelm you with too much information in one go. I haven't talked a lot about skincare products yet, but I will start to talk about those a little bit more next week when we talk about skin conditions, because when you put the two together, that makes it a lot easier to work out what to use. Because if someone has dry skin, but they're sensitive as well, working out the right skincare for them is going to be important. Same if you've got someone with really oily skin and they want to help with the blemishes in that, we can work out the best skincare for them to use. And so we'll talk about that next week, because you start to get pigmentation, all that sort of thing. So with our next module, I'll go a bit more detail on the different skin conditions and talk about what sort of things we can use to help that. So I hope that's helped today. It's only been about 20 minutes. We could have talked a little bit longer. Has anyone got any questions that you need me to answer today? So if you do, this will go onto Facebook, onto the group page. So as far as I know, it will be there to stay. So you can go back and watch it again, or if there's someone who you think might be interested in having a look, get them to join the page, join our group, and they're welcome to have a look as well. And if you are looking at it later, just write replay so that I know that you've come on and had a little look later. And if you have any questions you think about through, after we finished, just pop them in the chat, in the comments under the video, and I'll have a look at them and try and answer them. Oh, Michelle's trying to get a small screen. Hi, Michelle. So, so if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments. And as I said, you can go into the guides section in the group. And thanks, Michelle. So if you go into the guides, that's where you'll find the info for today. And if you want to, you can download it. It's just a PDF, and you'll be able to print it out. So there'll be one for each module. And I'll pop it on before we go live again each time. That way, if you do want to write notes, I've added a couple of extra pages so that you can write notes if there's anything else you want to think about. So thank you for joining me. I hope it's helped, and I really look forward to sharing more with you next week. If this time works, that should be fine. 4:30 seemed great, and hopefully none of you in Brisbane got too much of the storm. It was a bit crazy, but it seems to have stopped raining now. Yes, I will, Michelle. I'll talk about the different types of collagen. Yep. And there's different ways to improve the collagen. So I'll chat about that. I might even get a chance to do that. Cow and fish, yes. Our collagen powder that's coming is not actually collagen. I've got a couple of minutes off. I'll just share that with you. It's actually a collagen booster. So rather than putting collagen from another animal into you, because there are marine ones and there are bovine ones, so that's cow. What we're going to be using is a powder to boost the collagen that you already have, your very own collagen, so your collagen cells. So what it's going to do is it has ingredients that get that collagen working better. And I can tell you now that I've been using it since we had conference, so it's nearly maybe 2 weeks or so. I do the 2 teaspoons every morning in my chocolate NutriShake, and it tastes yummy in there. It's just berry flavored. I have noticed a difference with my skin, and you can't really tell today because cool. I can even send you, if anyone wants a sample of the collagen booster, let me know and I can pop a little bit in the mail. Hopefully the mailman doesn't think it's something a little crazy. um, so I've noticed I tend to, you can't really tell because I have makeup on, but my nose tends to be quite red. And I've noticed, especially in the last couple of days, that a lot of that redness is disappearing. So I think it's doing something. So we'll see. It does say that it takes about 28 days to, I can do that for you, Michelle. Yeah, it takes about 28 days for it to start seeing the best benefits of it. So we'll wait another couple of weeks, but I do feel that my skin is a little bit firmer and it's looking better. So, but I'll go into a little bit more about that when we get to talking about more about the products. But as I said, if you want a sample, Michelle, I'll send you one. If there's anyone else that wants a sample, just let me know and I'll pop a little bit in the mail for you. So thank you again for joining me today. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. So bye for now.